Hi, I'm Jake.
I'm Alex.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Christopher.
What would you define determinism?
Determinism is the belief that all your actions are caused by previous actions.
Okay, what is your view on it?
I view it as like a way of life almost. Like you think that all the things that are bound to happen are bound to happen to you.
Yeah, everything we do
Yeah.
is caused by things outside our
It's like we
control.
don't really have any like free will.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything happens for a reason. That sort of logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then connecting to what bad faith.
Well, bad faith is like it's like the belief that you don't have control over your actions, right?
Yeah, individuals deny their freedom and responsibility by pretending like they're objects and stuff. And then like determinism is kind of like a
But like, how are they different? If they're both like the belief that you don't have control over your own actions, like
bad faith only makes sense if we are actually truly free and responsible, but determinism says freedom might not exist in the first place.
so then like they're not compatible, but they're like related ideas.
Yeah, so like I would say like in a gist they're compatible, like but when you deep down into it, it's saying that like bad faith is there because we are free and determinism.
So it's like bad faith like requires like an active decision to like
Yeah.
okay. And determinism is but like you just don't have a decision. Like okay, that makes sense.
Just kind of saying that like our past like what happened in the past determines so on and so forth.
I thought that bad faith was like you don't think that you have the ability to do something else because you tell yourself that you can't choose the better option.
Yeah.
Like it's not that you aren't able to, it's just like you have negative faith in yourself of being able to like make something in your life better.
Yeah.
So that's like
it's kind of just like a way of it's like you give up in life almost. It's kind
It's
of
like-
like yeah.
it's like letting your life be determined, but also like not
Yeah.
true determinism. It's just like you think you can't be better.
Yeah.
Like determinism says like maybe you're not free at all, but bad faith says you're free, but you have to lie to yourself.
So would that mean like that bad faith is technically like an or what is opposite determinism? Like indeterminism?
Yeah.
So wouldn't that mean that's like an indeterminism point of view? Because you have to be free to like
If you really
bad
look at
faith.
it in a sense, then yeah, because like bad faith and determinism, they kind of like say the same thing, but like again, like what I said earlier, they just when you really look at it deep down, like bad faith requires you to be free and stuff. And
Connection what we're talking about is between utilitarianism and free will. What would y'all define
Well,
utilitarianism?
utilitarianism is just like the moral philosophy. It's like an action is right as it makes like the most people happy, right?
Like you're at your happiest, you make a certain decision. I think regardless of like what neg regardless on like the effects of anything else around you, like whatever makes you happy is like the number one thing.
what I have written down is that the action is the one that leads to the greatest amount of happiness or benefit for the greatest number of
But
people.
doesn't that also mean like if you do an action that hurts 5 people but helps 10, or do an action that just helps 3 people, you should do the action that helps 10 but hurts 5 because like you're helping more people overall than you're hurting. Like if that makes sense.
Isn't yeah the objections too many unknowns and maximus arguments? Yeah, it's basically saying like we do wrong daily. The concert tickets, you're spending money on something that you don't need. I think we use the thing in class of like if you have extra money, you go out and like shop and buy stuff for yourself when in reality like there's people that actually need it for like food and stuff that they actually need to like live when regards to that. I think that's what we talked about in class with that.
And I guess you could say they're connected because like in order for you to be like a utilitarian, you would have to have free will and
Yeah.
choose
Yeah,
to
but-
do the better thing.
yeah.
But that's kind of where it like contradicts itself by saying like utilitarianism is a form of free will, but also having free will is like the
Yeah,
opposite. Like
yeah.
you could choose to spend your money on yourself
Yeah.
and buy nice things and like choose to help people too, but not always choose to
Yeah,
be
like
the best.
utilitarianism kind of like takes away your free will almost because like kind of tells you like all the decisions you should make
Well, I wrote down that like you don't really need free will for utilitarianism to work. It doesn't really care why we did something. It cares about like the outcome, which is which is a sense of like you're not choosing to buy clothes for yourself over like the kids in need. It's just like you bought it. Like that's the outcome is like you did that in a sense. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think utilitarianism is like, yeah, it's just about like a person's happiness, and literally that's just it. I think regardless if you're free or not, I just think if an action like basically results in you being happy, then it worked. Not necessarily, but like it doesn't matter like what you get or like what you do. Like as
Yeah.
long as you're happy.
Kind of like it wasn't the objections the five where it was like the organs, peeping tom, promise keeping, lazy Sunday, and like the drowning
Oh, yeah.
children.
Isn't the organs one like if there's a person that like they have to kill them, but if you kill them, they can save 5 other people?
Yeah, it's like if somebody needs organs and a healthy person goes in for like a nose job, then like
Yeah.
they take all their organs and
Yeah.
save the other person because the person that is healthy, they don't have like a friends
Yeah,
or
so you're
family.
basically killing one person, like save 5.
Yeah, that could save a bunch of other people and stuff.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like a lazy Sunday, there's always something better you could be doing, like about how like if you don't do something on Sunday, you could go and actively help out like people that are like actually like in need and stuff or something like that.
So would like that utilitarianism work with the determinism?
Um,
Like, do you have to have free will for utilitarianism to be true?
I don't think you I don't think you need free will to work with utilitarianism because I don't think you need it, but it
Okay.
can work.
Yeah. Like dualism is like the belief that your mind and body are separate, and foundationalism is like the belief that all knowledge stems from like a foundational like
Believe.
objective belief. And like Descartes, like as foundationalist, like he thought that like I think that where I am is like the only like whatever foundationalist belief. And that kind of like proves that the mind and body are different if like the only like true belief is like if you think then you're like just thinking, and that in itself is like a true action. So that kind of like separates the mind and the body.
Yeah, the mind and bodies are like connected, but how are they related? That's the
Yeah, and like yeah, foundationalism is like all beliefs stem from like one belief. And if you believe that like the only true belief is like I think, then that kind of like in itself separates the mind and the body, because like yeah, you're saying like you're I don't know, it's hard to explain, I guess, but like you're saying that your mind is different than your body.
yeah, because I have written down like the features of bodies, the size, shape, color, and then like a public, and then the features of the mind are like thoughts, feelings, and like private.
Yeah,
I think we talked about that also in class of like we went in depth of like how people can see our bodies, but like we can't see our minds, and that's like the sense of it being private.
And like, didn't we also talk about how like if you like remove someone's brain that they aren't like a person or something?
yeah, like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
not.
that's
It's not them if they don't have their brain. Yeah. But like, what if you put someone's brain into a different body? Is that still like who?
Ooh.
Is it like the person's brain or is it the person's body? Like who?
I feel like that's also like goes with when don't they freeze brains now though? Haven't they frozen? I think it's bodies or brains or
They
something.
definitely freeze bodies. I don't know what brain.
It's like
Maybe.
the Disney guy.
Oh, Walt Disney, they did freeze his brain. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
When Walt
Never heard
Disney
that.
died, he freezed his brain. Like, I'm pretty sure.
So like if you put his brain into a different body, then what would happen? What do you think would happen?
Is that Walt Disney? Or is
Yeah,
it-
yeah, like that would be a question. Is that
Mentally, probably.
yeah, but physically no.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that it would have the same aspects as his original body because, like, yeah, his brain is like one thing and like his thoughts are one thing, but I feel like it wouldn't be the same if he was a different person because his brain and his body isn't connected how it was initially, like when he was alive, truly.
I guess this also I think goes back to like the shipper thesis argument. Maybe there's
Oh yeah, it's
how,
like if you like
reference levels.
slowly like replace every board on the ship, like after you replaced every single board, is it still like the same ship or not? It's like doesn't have any of the original
Or
parts.
the 1950 example, like when if we go back to then and we don't change anything, will it be the exact same?
Yeah. Order of desires is it's like your first and second order desires, and it's kind of like when you're making a person happy, like is it more important to fulfill their first order desire or second order desire? It's like what if you do something that makes someone unhappy in the moment, but like in like a couple of years from now they'll realize that you like did a good thing, you made them happy. Like I think that kind of connects to order of desires. It's like deep. I don't know. Like what we want like immediately is kind of different than what we actually like want deep down and actually need.
That'd be like telling or like helping someone like quit drugs.
Yeah, like they'll probably
Like they'll hate you for it at first,
Yeah,
but
Because
like
with that drug, they don't hate you themselves for it, but like in the end, they're actually okay.
so like 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 utilitarianism, like would that be a good thing to do? Like forcing your friend to quit drugs, I guess.
well, that's sex. I don't know if it would with utilitarianism because
'Cause
that wouldn't
technically,
lead to their happiness.
but like eventually it could.
Eventually, it would. Yeah.
Yeah, eventually it could. But in the moment,
Yeah,
No.
I put them through like a lot of pain and like suffering
yeah,
for the moment. Yeah.
One of the things I've written down is like the net happiness of like when you get a vaccine, it hurts, but then in the future helps you get like prevent a disease or something.
Is that an objection to utilitarianism?
I don't think so.
Would net happiness be like if the net happiness was positive from them being happy after they quit drugs compared to being happy doing drugs? Would that make it?
Like like they were happier after they quit. Okay, yeah. I mean,
I
it
don't
made
know.
them more happy, yeah, but like to make them more happy, you had to like
But that's
hurt
also like a mental thing. Like you think it is, but other people might not because of like your actions or because like, or if you're like a mother, then you have like kids and like you would rather do drugs and stuff like that's and you think that's better than not, then like that's its own thing. But like for other people, it's gonna affect others and stuff. In conclusion, determinism and bad faith, I would say on the surface they're kind of like the exact same, but when you go into it,
like big specific definitions of each. Yeah, they don't really aren't really compatible.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you go into it, and same thing for utilitarianism, like about how you don't really need free will to work with determinism because it doesn't really care like why, it's about like the outcome and everything of
Yeah.
stuff. So